running out of food, so it's time to work on this project some. I went ahead and wrote all the logic, we'll see if it's right, to just type in potatoes like 10 minutes of on and 5 minutes of off. And I think maybe flipping it that often is too fast. So I've got a little adjuster to say how many of those cycles. But so far so great, but they're brand new potatoes. So we will see if I'm using the actual game time 10 minutes, 5 minutes properly. Meanwhile, perhaps a little more interesting, continuing to focus on reliable power. If you've been watching, you know that the generator kicks out its exhaust into a tank at about 10 and takes its input from a tank at about minus 75. So we got to get that temperature down. And it occurred to me, I have been using old school heat exchangers where you pass the gas across one to get to the other. Now we have direct heat exchangers, and these things work really well passively. So I went ahead and put up one and made sure I knew how it worked, and it's easy money. You take in cold on one side and the gas you want to cool on the other side, and they equalize and it gets colder. And when I saw that it worked, I built out 5 of them with proper circuitry, or rather the start of proper circuitry, to say, okay, so the pressure is high and the temperature is high. So open the valve and watch the temperature drop. And then in a minute, we'll say, well, the temperature is low enough, so stop cooling it and instead take it back to the ready to use with its own cooler to make sure that it does get down to exactly where we want it. So we don't need these exact, we just need them to help out quite a bit, is my thought. So if we do this, I wonder how fast it's going to go when we have 5 of them working in parallel. Oh yeah, look at that. It's dropping like a stone. 5 MPa or 1,000 kmols is no small amount. And what's that number? About 13.13 degrees of temperature every tick. At the expense of a digital valve, 5 digital valves. 5 kilowatts. So I'm burning 25 kilowatts, or 25 watts, not kilowatts. And I'm getting a pretty reasonable amount of cooling. I mean, reasonable. We want this in real time, so no, it's not reasonable at all. And I could build a bunch more of these, obviously, if I was worried about it. And, of course, the best answer would be to just be able to use this insanely cold environment directly. I'm doing this the way I would on any planet. This would work on any planet. Well, that I could get cooling together. But I got cooling together on Mars, okay, and we're just leveraging Europa here to do it a little bit faster, but it's still the same approach, right? It's still the same approach. So maybe I'll come back around. Right now, the answer seems clear enough to me with that kind of spend to cool the exhaust. I mean, running this thing isn't cheap. In fact, it's one of the most expensive turbo. 600 watts is a lot. Is a lot. You know, I could, what? Oh, right, I had the idea. Just go ahead and just have a ton of this stuff and let the open a valve like that and let the pressure equalize. And if I had a ton of it, there'd be more to balance. And so therefore there'd be more deemed ready to go. But I wouldn't have to use this if I had a ton of it. Also, if I had a ton of it, my cycle would be longer. It doesn't need to be a lot longer right now. It doesn't need to be a lot longer right now. So we've got 3.73. We've got 2.74 kmols of coolant. We've got about 3, almost 4 kmols to work with. And it would be no trouble to get some more. Of course, if there's more, then it takes longer. I don't know. I'd like for this to run on demand. I'd like for this to run until this battery fills, and then stop and do what it takes to recover the system until this battery empties, and then go again. Is the design that I'm aiming for. Not that I need, because I don't need, and right now I'm not designing for, how much is that thing worth? All right, well, let's let this cycle finish one time. I need to get cracking. I need to get back on top with the potatoes, and I need to get cracking on the trading. I have to get to the traders so that I can get the ferns and pumpkin seeds and chickens. All right, well, when I code this, it's going to be, all right, it's time. Stop doing that and do this, so that, because this is going to take it down to really close to the goal. Right now it's only somewhat close to the goal. And I had to put these bleeders in here because when this stops, a tiny amount of gas will sit here and get colder and colder and colder till it liquefies and then freezes. I saw that coming ahead of time, so that's nice. Oh, the temperature's going up a little bit. Actually, it's moderating, isn't it? I got it down to 64. Oh no, why is it liquefying? Why is it liquefying? Stop this. I think it's liquefying because this thing is so amazing. It's just kicking out the pressure. You know, the overall pipe is fine, and we're not minus 75 is close to the point, but it's not like that close to the point. There, the stress is going down. The stress is going down because the liquid is going down. We're fine. Another minute. We'll take this down to... Oh, for you, let's just stop at 200. Just stop at 250 and call it cycle complete. Now the cycle's complete and the battery's not full, so let's run until the battery fills. Reliably, son of a bitch. Oh, and I need to put I brought it with me. I need to rework this a little bit and put a pressure analyzer here because on Europa I'm really struggling to get the right pressure. You guys saw, or I told you that it blew out or almost blew out. And so now it's not doing anything. It's going through the motions, but it's not doing anything. And also, I wonder if I need 2 of these. Again, really expensive. I wonder if I can get by with 1, since the whole thing's running much more efficiently. Seems like. Certainly kicking out lots of power. Certainly kicking out lots of power. See, I got plenty to work with. I don't need to crush more ice. I don't need to get more nitrogen. I just need to let this thing run. So, getting cracking with the trading. Reading documentation, watching crappy TV. Stationer's TV. Needs to happen. The deep miner action, I don't need to read any or learn any more about deep miner to do that. But here I'm checking the box on our current power draw. Can't we keep the power in spec? What else can I tell you? What else is going on? I did get this room nicely heated. Didn't put the air conditioner in there yet. That needs to be there. Sultry 2. I don't remember where I left it at. It was warmer than that. I think my helmet's closed, isn't it? Yeah. But without an air conditioner, it's going to overheat rapidly. If I bring this up to truly... Is it working? Oh, no, it's not working because there's no power up here. Because I didn't turn the place on. So I got to work on that a little bit. Meanwhile, still lots and lots of coolant. And lots and lots of fuel. I'll probably never tap out on that. So yeah, there's my Friday afternoon break. Friday afternoon sesh. I won't keep you here to watch this battery fill, although I know you want to know how much coolant I'm going to have left after that battery fills. I know you're super curious. Probably even more curious if the new scientific, not just based on empirical evidence of, oh, I need more ticks, but instead barely growing. This is not working. Why is it flashing? Why is it flashing? Not that, this. Well, why is it doing that? It's because it's truly thinks it's in a strobe light environment. Truly, my hunch was correct. Let's go with 5 times in a day. 5 times, which is still going to be insanely fast, but it'll be 5 times longer than it was. Alright, I got 5 more goof potatoes before I need to restore what I know will work and not go down. Not lose the last of my potato. Have to talk to a trader about potatoes. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Yeah, that shit didn't work at all. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.